The eternal ruler of the distant planet Apocalypse is a tyrant and dictator. In this video, I will share 10 times when another character managed to humiliate, defeat and crush Darkseid. Happy viewing, Wonder Woman. In the Amazon Under Attack comic event, Darksiders hunted for relics of the past, and his plans affected other Amazons as well. And Yuxus was going to open a portal and get to the Miscrew, the homeland of the Amazons. Through his daughter, who is half Amazonian and half apocalyptic, he manages to get there and turn the Amazons into his slaves. Wonder Woman eventually managed to crush him. Batman. In the latest crisis, Darkseid succeeded in enslaving humanity, including superheroes. The truth is not all. Through the equation of anti-life. But Batman managed to do the impossible. Kill Darkseid with a Rhodian bullet. In another comic event, Bruce created a special helmet armor in order to travel to Apocalypse and fight Darkseid. The fact is that Damian, Batman's son, was killed, and his sarcophagus, along with the Chaos Crystal, was kidnapped by Darkseid's minions. Damian's body, along with the crystal, became part of the Chaos Cannon, which could consume and transmit the life force of any bombarded planet and helped fuel Apocalypse. The League wanted to thwart Batman, but the superheroes failed. As a result, all members of the superhero team participated in the creation of Halbert. Superman forged the armor in the sun. It was influenced by the Green Lantern ring, Speed Force, cyber technology. The downside to armor is that it absorbed Bat's life force. Bruce managed to defeat Darkseid and kick him in the cabin. Snyder Cat. In the Zack Snyder film, we were shown the battle of the Apocalypse with the inhabitants of Atlantis, the Amazons, humans, the Green Lantern and the gods. Darkseid could split the earth with just one blow, but could not withstand the blow of Ares, the god of war. It is a shame that Darkseid is trying to forget, because it was then that he had not yet found true strength and power. He was young and inexperienced, and his ambition was so great that it led to his downfall. Thanks to his loyal subjects, he managed to leave the battlefield and return to his homeland, where he gained experience and gained true power. Justice League. The coming of Darkseid was the driving force behind the creation of a team of superheroes in the comics. In 2011, in the comics, the Justice League confronts Darkseid, and only Cyborg figured out how to defeat him. One battle is insufficient. Yuxus is too strong. Therefore, Cyborg, through the Mother Box, sends Darkseid and his army to Apocalypse. Not only friendship won, but also ingenuity. As stated in the comic, it was at that moment that the Justice League managed to push the Darksiders off the top of the food chain. And at that time it was the first time that Darkseid was prevented from turning an alien world into one of his factories for the production of monsters. Flash. In the comic event Darkseid's War, we were shown a confrontation between two mastodons, Antimonitor and Darkseid. During their brawl, the Black Racer, the avatar of death for the gods, which are Darkseid and Antimonic, merges with the Flash. And Barry Allen becomes the god of death who crushes Darkseid. Put on, it turns out later that all this was planned with one single purpose: to give Darkseid the opportunity to be reborn and gain even greater strength. Doomsday. Doomsday, a lonely monster whose life is full of pain and suffering. The perfect machine of destruction, which is constantly being improved, also fought against Darkseid. Doomsday was able not only to win, but also to resist the Omega rays of Yuxus, which crush everything in their path. Mr. Miracle. Here I want to tell you in more detail. This is indeed a story of retribution. So a long time ago, Darkseid unleashed a war on a new Genesis. To end this conflict, a formal decision was made. When the future Mr. Miracle was 7 years old, his father was told that the only way to end the war was to exchange sons with Darkseid. Scott pleaded with his father not to choose him. But alas, it happened. While his father adopted and raised the unbridled son of Darkseid, he was taken to Apocalypse, thrown into a slave pit, and forgotten. But as he himself put it, in the end his oblivion became his advantage. His first 3 years on the Apocalypse consisted of torture and tears. Until one night, when he stopped crying, he tried to break open the door of his dungeon. It took him over a year to pick the lock. Then it happened faster and faster. After that incident, he opened his cell door every night. He explored the lands of Apocalypse, returning before the slave warden learns of his disappearance. But one day he did not return. He faced and fought the worst monsters, fought on the side of the revolutionaries. When his own father betrayed him, he thought he could never trust anyone again, but then he met Darkseid in the Furia and fell in love with her. Now that we know the story of this guy, we can get to the fun part. In the Mr. Miracle comic book, Scott is emotionally torn apart. He needs to be a good ruler of a new Genesis, a father and a loving husband. Darkseid makes a tempting offer to Scott. He will end the war, but on one condition, if Scott gives him his son. In fact, the stepfather, who mocked, humiliated and abused him in every possible way, offers Scott to condemn his own son to the same and to save millions of lives. Scott agrees. But it's not that simple. When he gave his son away, Darkseid rips out his eye and gives him away. Because without it there is no way to use the equation of anti-life. The Barda destroys this eye. She uses a cannon charged with the energy of the Machine Wonder against Yuxus. The charge weakened Darkseid, and Scott finished it off. So Scott manages to save the new Genesis and his. He was also defeated by Superman, Green Arrow along with Atom, and of course Trigon and Superman in the cartoon War of the Apocalypse. In that picture, we were told about the confrontation between the superheroes Darkseid and his hordes. But the Dark Lord managed to deceive and defeat the heroes. Sharpened Superman, turned the Earth into solid ruins. The remaining heroes and villains managed to unite, and Superman and Trigon crushed Darkseid. And that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching to the very end. Subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to watch other episodes. See you all soon.